Hello and welcome back to the show. You are now watching another episode of You Masak, the signature segment of C Morning Show. So today we're going to make a special dessert that will make your weekend more, I might say, enjoyable. And we have here with us in the studio Chef Cheryl Gunawan. Hello, Chef.
Hello.
Good morning. Thank you for coming back to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, always, because you know I love free food. Who doesn't love free food? So, Chef, what are we going to make today?
So today, on this beautiful Sunday, we will make something sweet
Okay.
to start the day off.
Okay.
And we'll be making one of the classic desserts that probably everyone's already very familiar with.
All right. So, what would that be?
It's a chocolate mousse.
Love chocolate mousse. So, what are we gonna use today for the chocolate mousse?
Okay, so what we're making today is actually chocolate mousse with a twist because we are going to make it out of a silken tofu.
Silken tofu. Now that's new because usually we would use cream.
Yes.
For mousse, right?
Yes.
Cream and chocolate
Use
and stuff like that.
egg yolk as well.
Egg yolk as well. And you know, if you see some regular mousse, you can see some glisten look to it.
Yes.
When it comes to like mousse. But now, as we use like silken tofu, is there any certain goal to it?
So essentially later on with this mousse, it's actually dairy free and it's
Okay.
also like egg free as well. And or we call it like vegan, yeah? We can call it like
So
vegan
basically
chocolate.
it's vegan.
Yes.
So let's start. You can actually get me to work if you want to.
Okay, so here the main ingredients, of course, we'll need some silken tofu, and this one is actually safe to eat straight just like this. Or if you want it to be like extra safe, you can like boil it for like 5 minutes,
Yeah,
just making sure it's cooked. And then we have dark chocolate as well as one of the main ingredients.
Yep.
We want that rich and like, you know,
True,
the bonding from the chocolate. And then we'll be using some
Cookie crumbs.
cookie crumbs. And this one is vegan, so this does not contain any like
All right.
dairy
All
or
right.
egg in it.
Okay.
And then the crumbs itself is actually optional. So for me, I like texture on my dessert, so I would put like crumbs, and then we have a either like coconut oil or like vegan
Margarine
butter,
for this. Uh-huh.
and then later on we will gonna put it in this beautiful glass, and
Oh,
we're just gonna
lovely.
like layer it all together.
So it looks like trifle, isn't it?
Yes, or you can just call it like a dessert cup.
Like a dessert. Okay. All right. So let's get to it.
All right, so I'm going to melt some dark chocolate here, and then can you please help me with
Sure.
the silken tofu?
Yep.
So we're just gonna cut it open, and then we're gonna pop it in the blender.
All
it's
right. So
super
I'm
easy.
just gonna move there then.
Yep,
So all of it.
Probably just need two.
Two. All right. All right. So basically, if we talk about, because now we're using margarine, right?
Yes.
So for those of you at home who don't know, what is actually the difference between margarine and butter?
So margarine itself is made out of vegetables, so a lot of like combination of like emulsifier,
Yeah.
vegetable shortening, like all of different kind of like sunflower oil, and then it's churned together into a like a fat form, and we coat it with margarine.
Okay.
Whereas for butter, it's made out of animal fat. Made out of like milk, cow's milk usually. Yes.
So basically, margarine is vegan, vegetarian.
Yes.
Or no, we call it vegan, right?
Yes.
So butter is mainly from dairy.
Yes, it's made out of milk or cream.
Milk or cream.
So that one is not vegan.
Okay, so in this recipe, tofu is being used as the substitute for cream.
Yes, definitely. Because for the characteristic itself for silken tofu, it's very creamy, you know.
Yeah.
It's something that I would say you can taste a little bit of the soy, but then later on we will gonna put some dark chocolate inside, so the soy flavor it won't be as noticeable, I would say.
Right.
You know.
So is it enough for all of it?
Yes, that's perfect. And then we're just going to wait for the chocolate to melt a little bit, and then later on we're just gonna like blend it all together.
Oh,
Yeah. So right here I have a little bit like a bain-marie going on.
yeah.
So we're going to steam the chocolate, melt it a little bit, as well as some butter.
Margarine,
Not
yeah?
margarine or vegan butter.
Okay,
Yes.
so while we are waiting for this, can we do to prepare the strawberry or what?
Yes, we can prepare some of the strawberries, and also for the cookie crumb, we can start like bashing it
Mashing it.
to like a little crumb slice.
So my question also would be the chocolate.
Yes.
Does it have any animal fats in it? Because sometimes people would actually think that it has butter in it,
Oh, okay.
stuff like that.
So for the chocolate itself, if we're talking about chocolate, there's a lot of chocolates in the market.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say the three, the common one is white chocolate, milk chocolate, and
Yeah.
also dark chocolate.
Of course.
Right? And the one that we're using today specifically is dark chocolate, because dark chocolate does not contain any additional like milk to it. And then again, talking about the fat and going inside the butter, or maybe there's like butter inside, but actually the cocoa, like the really good like chocolate itself, they
Yeah.
do have their own fat content, and we call it with cocoa butter.
Cocoa butter.
Yes, cocoa butter. So it doesn't contain any like animal fat to it.
Animal fat too.
Yes.
All right. So once it's melted, you put it inside the blender
Yes.
all the way with the
blend.
tofu. Okay.
Yes, I'm just gonna blend it.
I'm trying. Let me try to just help you with the chocolate. Should I stir it?
Oh yes, please. Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. I love doing this because once you get labored for for this kind of activity, you're actually entitled for the end product.
Yes, of course. That's like the best part. All right.
Okay, so probably we have some home cooks watching at the moment, and they want to start with, doing chocolate and stuff. What would be your suggestions? Because this kind of thing is not quite familiar with, like, let's say, Indonesian households.
Yes.
Like, we don't really do, like, tempering chocolate or, melting chocolate and stuff.
Okay.
What can you tell?
So there is like two things that you might want to look for when it comes to like the selection of chocolate that you want to use, particularly for this dish. So first, you will make sure that you're using a good quality of chocolate, because again, the highlight here is going to be like from the tofu and the chocolate. So the chocolate itself, we kind of like have to splurge a little bit. And then like this one, we are calling it a bain marie technique, where we use only the steam out of the from the water. So we don't put the chocolate directly to the pan, because you don't want to burn the chocolate. Essentially, you just only want the steam to melt the chocolate. Like this one is perfect, and as you can tell, it is melted, but it's very shiny, and it's just perfect for us now to use for our tofu.
All right. So do we put it directly?
Yes, we just put it directly.
I love it.
We just put it directly through the blender. Or maybe I just need to, watch out. Sorry, I'm just gonna pour out some of the water from the tofu.
Okay. You can actually do there, yeah.
Yes. So we try to
So we don't need the water from the tofu.
water, we try to like minimize, any liquid. So you want it to be very rich and creamy later on as a final result. So we're just gonna dump that one and then put it back.
I can dump the chocolate inside.
Yes, please.
Ooh, look at that glistening look of the chocolate. I always love to see, chocolate in the making, because somehow it brings out the kid in you.
Yes, definitely.
The children in you.
And also like the smell is just like,
I know.
super
Even
delicious.
just to smell it, that makes me happy. Okay, is that enough?
Yes, that's perfect.
And also for the butter?
For the butter, we were using it for the base of the mousse.
Okay.
So this one,
blend it?
we just blend it.
Ooh.
Do you like something like really sweet or bitter? You prefer
Bitter.
Bitter. Okay,
Yeah,
yes,
bitter.
perfect.
Okay, brace.
Ooh, nice.
Oh my God, look at that. Okay, I'm gonna put it as high.
Yes, it's super easy.
Dude, look at that. Okay.
Just gonna blend it again a little bit more. And then I'll have a look. Oh.
It somehow looks like your avocado juice with some chocolate powder to it. It looks like it. If I don't smell it, I would not know.
Yes.
Really.
And then it's important when we blend it, we want to scrape the sides down, because usually like the chocolate's still sticking to the sides.
See.
But
more?
It's just really easy.
Blend it more?
Yes.
Okay.
Just blend it a bit more.
All right. So this is actually a fun activity to do in the weekend with your kids,
Yes.
with your family. Just to do it before you cook your lunch probably, or your brunch. So you could have some desserts ahead of time
Yes.
in the fridge.
Definitely. Because this one, we can also like keep it in the fridge for like even 2 days. It will be
Oh,
just
so
fine.
that's the amount of
yes,
time.
We can like make a head. All right. So I just want to show you the consistency. So it should look like almost like a chocolate pudding.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
And then we're just gonna put it aside. And then we're just going to assemble the base.
Oh, it's just that?
But then later on, we still have the strawberry as well going on,
okay.
so it's all gonna be
Okay,
a
let's
lot
get into
happening.
it.
All right. So for the biscuit itself, usually it comes like this side.
Yeah.
So we want to use any like a plastic bag like this for us to like bash it, and then later on it will become like a cookie crumb.
Crumbs.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. So we can use like back
Can
of
we
the
just
spoon.
use with our knuckles?
Yes, of course we can do this as well.
Okay.
Do you want to give it?
Yeah.
Do you want to give it a go?
I love to do it. I love to do it. Okay, brace. Okay. So you don't need it to be like very, what you call it?
Like very fine.
Yeah, very fine grains and stuff
You
like
don't
that.
need it to be like very fine.
No.
Like, in fact, I do love it when it comes. You know, it's a little bit like
Crumbly.
Crumbly, so you can really have the bite later on. Because the chocolate.
Because I love the texture though.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so
All right.
I think that should be okay.
Yes, that's good. And then we're just going to put it in a bowl. And then we're going to combine it with the melted margarine or melted coconut
Okay,
oil.
you'll put it here.
Yes, please.
Okay.
And because we're making 4, I do have extra because we love more crumbs.
Yep.
And then we're just going to combine it with a spoon. So the melted butter just goes in here.
Oh,
And then
because
we
I
give it a
thought the
stir.
melted butter should go in the mixture of the tofu and chocolate earlier.
Oh, no.
No.
Yes, it's just like this. So that when we put it in the fridge,
Yep.
this kind of firms out a little bit. Almost like a base of a cheesecake.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah.
So this is the thing that you usually do with graham crackers,
Yes.
but it's not.
Instead,
It's-
we use like a vegan cookies and cream
Yeah,
biscuit.
cookies and cream base. Okay, all right. I'm starting to loving it.
And then for the mousse itself, actually, if you love something like extra sweet, you can put another sweetener.
Yeah.
So for example, you can put a little bit of maple syrup, and also, or usually in vegan dessert, we love to use like agave nectar.
Yeah, agave nectar.
Agave nectar is always good. And maybe a little bit of cinnamon if you love something
Ooh,
a little bit like,
lovely.
you know, something like spice.
Okay, so are we done here?
Yes, we're done, and we're just going to put the base. I'll give you example for that. It's pretty much quite self-explanatory, but you're just going to put it at the bottom of the glass like this, and then we're going to cut some strawberries later on.
Okay, so with the order of the layers, do you
Yes.
have like a certain like numbers
Like
to
amount?
it?
No.
Like amount.
It's just optional of how you do, of how you want to do it. It could be all the crumbs at the bottom, or you like layers. You can like create layers as well. So it's
You
really
know,
fun.
I love
Yes.
me some fat layers. I love me some fat layers because I love to have like lots of things happening in one scoop.
Yes, definitely. Let's do that. All right. That's looking.
Can we do more of it?
Yeah, definitely.
Ooh, love it.
Around.
So instead of these kind of cookies,
Yes.
can we do with other things? Like some people might love to make some, the mousse, like the fruit flavored mousse.
Yes.
Something like that.
Definitely. You can always put like fresh fruit at the bottom, or maybe you can crush some nuts, like mixed nuts as well.
Oh yeah,
that
that's
would be
also
nice.
a good idea.
Yes.
Like some powdered, no, not really powdered, like almonds, crushed almonds.
Yes, pistachio, almond,
Pistachio,
like all
yeah.
that would be great. All right, so that is the first layer, which is the base. And then since we're dealing with quite like a creamy and a thick dessert, we want some freshness, from the strawberries.
Love it.
So I'm just gonna cut it and then put it as a decoration and also adds to the freshness of the dessert.
Okay, let me help you with that.
Yes, please.
I'm happy with some of the strawberries.
Strawberry.
Okay, so do you have any tips to pick, strawberries to see like which one is fresh, which one is not?
Well, obviously, you can tell when it's kind of bruised, it's not nice. And then there's a tip actually to clean a strawberry. So essentially, you don't clean it like under a running tap water.
Oh, really?
But then you're just gonna soak it inside like a bowl filled with water, and then you can put a little bit of baking soda as well.
Why?
And then you just leave it soak until like a good 1-2 minutes, and then all of the dirt from the strawberry, it kind of like released.
Oh, so I've been doing things like wrongly.
Did you just wash it like?
I did, yeah, under the running water.
It's not clean enough. Not clean enough.
Oh, so you have to do it with baking soda.
Yes, or like
just soak it.
Just soak it. Soak it is better.
Okay.
Sweet.
Nice.
All right, so we do have.
Okay, you can start doing your thing, chef.
All right, so we nearly done.
I'm gonna just do it for you.
So for me myself, I actually love dessert, right? But when it comes to like health concern, I am pretty picky. So this dessert in particular, I would say this is like a win-win dessert for me because I do have the satisfaction from the sweet flavor, but the nutrient in this dessert is pretty good.
So would this be enough?
Yes, that's perfect. So we're just gonna assemble the strawberry on the side since we're making this in this beautiful glass. So you kind of want to see the strawberry facing outwards later on. So you're just gonna like.
Oh, so like this is actually like a work of art.
Yes, it's like a fun activity to do as well, like you've mentioned before. So it's really easy.
Okay, let's see. Ooh, this scrubbed. Because who wouldn't love some chocolates on the weekend, right?
Yes. And then you know what? Usually I love to make this dessert for my friends, and then I wouldn't tell them that it's vegan or it's made out of tofu.
Oh, it's not fair. You're playing up with their mind.
Yes. But then they'd be like, oh my God, this is so delicious. Like, what cream did you use? And I was like, you know what? It's actually made out of tofu. And they're like, what?
Bro, I would be like half mad because I thought, yeah, I put some cream and fat into my body, but it's not.
It's not.
Ooh, nice. So it looks like a crown almost.
Yes.
You can see that. It looks like a crown.
And what I love is that the color contrast, it will be very pretty later on. So it's not just like brown and brown, but you get a little bit of red.
So it won't be like that boring.
Very true. All right, so I'm gonna do this one. Oh wow, you're doing really good job.
Yeah, it's sort of like, competition. So, chef, can you tell us how did you learn your culinary skill?
Well, actually, I am very passionate with baking since I was like, 12? Yes.
Wow,
and
that's
like,
early.
One of the first things that I made was like only cupcakes and macarons. And then I'm lucky enough to be able to, went abroad. I went to New Zealand to study more in the culinary industry. And then after that, I kind of like just go with it. So baking has pretty much been like in my whole life. And until now, I'm grateful still that I'm still, doing my job while still
in the business,
pursuing the passion as well.
So, do you have any business on your own?
Yes, I do. I do have one in Surabaya, second largest capital in Indonesia. So, my business actually grew during the pandemic where people can't go out. So I would accommodate for their baked goods and stuff from my own kitchen production. So just like get it sent straight to their door kind of thing.
So, from a chef and also from the business owner point of view, what did the pandemic teach you in terms of business and stuff?
So for me, what I learned is that I used to think that if you want to be like successful in terms of in the culinary industry, you have to have like a physical like restaurant or like cafes for people to go. But pandemic proved us wrong that you can actually sell your products online.
Remember that. You can actually utilize everything at your disposal if you want to.
Very true.
Everything has its own way.
All right, so now it's time for the mousse.
Ooh, lovely. Okay.
I can already smell like the chocolate.
I know.
So good.
I'm really sorry for Ranga and Ralphie at the moment because you're not getting any share, man.
Okay, is there any spoon there? Okay, we'll just use a clean spoon. I'll give it.
Okay.
Okay.
Good?
Good.
Good. All right.
I think that's enough chocolate. That's perfect. I'm just gonna like, we can either like pour it or like scoop it up. Maybe scoop it up.
Scoop it. Why don't we just pour it?
Sure.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's do it a rough way.
So right now the consistency, it's still quite puddingy, yeah?
Yeah. it
But
is.
later on, you can put it in the fridge and it will set, because the chocolate will kind of like firm up the texture a little bit. And then we can give it like a tap
Oh,
like that. And it will kind of like,
drop down.
yes.
Okay, I love to do it.
And I think that's a good portion because usually with dessert cup, people will kind of like fill it up to the brim. But for one portion, that's
too
a lot.
much. That's
yeah.
too much.
All right, let's
Okay.
just do this one.
Okay, that should be enough.
Beautiful.
So, to the point of the tip of the strawberries.
Yes, we're just kind of like leveling it up with the strawberries.
Strawberry. Okay, we're gonna do with two
Two
more
more.
cups. So if you've been missing out on the ingredients, these are some things that you can look up. These are the instructions. But actually, it's pretty much quite easy.
Yes.
It's quite easy for you to just navigate towards around it.
All right, this is the last one. Okay. I'm gonna scrape down this one.
Yep. Yes, please.
So that kind of like, boop.
I really love the leftovers from the baking utensils.
Yes.
Sometimes, back when I was a kid, I'd love to scrape all from the bowl
And just
of the
give it like
mixer.
a good lick.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm just gonna clean the
Yes, please.
edges a little bit, and then later on we are going to finish it off with some more chocolate.
Some more
shake.
chocolate. Okay, shaved chocolate, isn't
Shake
it?
chocolate. Yes. So-
Okay. So let's go with. Okay, I'm gonna give you the grater.
yes.
So what do we do?
So this one here, before, as you can tell, we're using a chocolate chips type, but this one is a chocolate block. So this is perfect for like decoration, or like we can just like grate it. So we're just gonna put it, just gonna like grate it like that at the top, so it kind of like adds up to more flavor later on, and also the exterior. And then I'm gonna put a little bit of like a half strawberries as well on top.
So is this okay for the shaved chocolate to stick onto the glasses and stuff like that?
Yes.
Because it looks like a decoration thing.
It does, yeah. Later on, we can also like clean it up if you like a cleaner look as well. If you like something bitter, maybe you can do like cocoa powder, like a dust
Okay,
cocoa powder as
cocoa
well.
powder.
Do you want to?
Oh yeah, sure. I've
He's been like
waiting for
so
that.
impatient to do it.
So eager to do this.
All right.
So again, if you're looking for an activity to do with your family, with your kids on the weekend, this should be a good idea because kids love chocolate, and also you can actually teach them to do things.
Yes. And then.
And this is pretty much safe because you don't need like that too much of hot ingredients or hot method of cooking.
Yes.
In that sense.
And we don't use like any oven and stuff
No,
like
we
that as well.
don't.
So it's really easy. I'm just gonna clean the brim a little bit,
Okay.
and then we're gonna top it off with more strawberries.
Oh,
on top.
that's pretty.
There you go. I'll give some for
Ooh,
you.
I love to. Okay.
And then one more. Just like that.
Okay, are we done here?
Yes.
We're done. Okay, everyone. This is the vegan chocolate mousse by Chef Cheryl Gunawan. Thank you so much, Chef.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming and
Thank
gracing
you.
us with your recipe. And I hope you can actually recreate this recipe at your home. And please do tag us at C Today News or also Chef Cheryl Gunawan on Instagram. And let's take a break now because I want to devour it right away. But in case you miss it, we'll bring you a recap from around the world when we return on C Morning Show on C Today. Stick with us.